Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. I'm Scott Cummings, and I'm joined by the head football coach of the McKendree Bearcats, Mike Babcock. National Signing Day has come and gone for the Bearcats, and another great recruiting class coming in for McKendree. The second for Coach Babcock and his staff is 31 commitments have decided to join the McKendree football program this coming season. Coach, great job once again, you and your staff. First of all, why don't you give us some general impressions of this year's recruiting class?
I'm very excited to get this upcoming class and really see what these guys can do. I think we got a great, filled in some great gaps both offensively and defensively. I think we'll bring in some guys that can really compete for a job this year, and just very excited to see what this group can do.
I know in talking before we came on air today, depth and variety in your recruits, kind of a commonplace, the theme for this year. Why don't you go ahead and touch on that a little bit?
Well, our philosophy was obviously we wanted to control the state. We wanted to have a big number of our guys come from the state of Illinois, but my biggest thing is we're just trying to find the best players, and I don't care if they come from down the street. I don't care if they come from 3,000 miles away. And so we've got guys like Ralph Paul that's coming all the way from Florida, Jacob Addison that's coming down from the Texas area. We even have Darius Cockrell up from Edwardsville, just right down the street, and Jeff Brown and Jake Whitlich as well from Belleville East. So doesn't matter where they're from, we'll find them and have them join the Bearcat family.
Like we said, this is your second recruiting class. You came in kind of late in the game last year, just 8 weeks before National Signing Day. Why don't you go ahead and compare the process this year to last year for you and your staff?
Well, I'll just say that January official visits were definitely a little different. So with 2 assistant coaches last year, and now we've got, about 8. So it was definitely a little bit easier this year than it was last year. But again, I still think we've got a top quality group coming in here that can really push this next group as well, and really force ourselves hopefully to the top of the GLVC.
Similarities in the fact that 30 names last year on National Signing Day, 31 this year, first class to second class. What other similarities do you see in terms of talent, in terms of prospects for the future for the Bearcats?
I think last year we were able to play with some good true freshmen. Almost a dozen players ended up playing as true freshmen this last year, and so obviously those guys are going to be coming back this year, and I think we've got a good group that can possibly do the same thing. I think there's some great guys on both sides of the ball that can really push our guys and see if they can't make a name for themselves.
Obviously, with any recruiting class, there's some impact names that right away, guys that could step in and compete and contribute immediately. Any kind of highlights there for McKendree fans to take note of?
Offensively, I look at it, and some guys that come off to mind, like Skylar Paulson, one of our wide receivers / tight ends from up in Eastland, and does a great job shooting high school. He was even the kicker. I mean, he did pretty much everything. So he's a great talent. We have Jake King, one of our offensive linemen from Rochester High School. They won a state championship this year, and a great big boy, and I'm really looking forward to see what he can do. Defensively, I know we've got some great linebackers coming in. Chris Jones from Simeon High School, and then also Jacob Addison that I referred to as well, coming from Texas. Even a great defensive end, Ralph Paul coming in as well, and so I'm very excited to see what they can do. And trust me, there's going to be some surprises as well. I mean, we've got 31 commits so far, and very excited to see who's going to step up this year and make a name for themselves.
Sounds exciting for you and your staff. I could tell just as the names rolled in. Very pleased with the process that went through. Just when it's all said and done now, obviously some more names will come in as the signing period goes through the first part of April. But what kinds of other needs are you looking to fill now that we've had this initial wave coming in?
Well, obviously you want to replace the seniors that have left, especially the guys that have started for you. And in the back half, defensively, our defensive backs, trying to find those guys that can replace them. So whether they are the incoming guys, whether they're the guys on your football team, that's a big need. And then also on the line, you can't get too many big guys. So it doesn't matter how many you have, you could always use some more. So we'll probably still be looking for those guys, and but again, just very excited.
Spring football's right around the corner for the Bearcats, and before you know it, the 31 newest members of the McKendree football team will be joining the squad second week in August for preseason practice. It's hard to believe it's a year-round cycle right now, Coach.
It goes by so quick, and like I said, it feels like yesterday that we were doing this same conversation on signing day. So.
But a great conversation nonetheless, as 31 new Bearcats have joined the program. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the recruiting season, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Appreciate it, Scott.
Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. I'm Scott Cummings. Remember to catch McKendree football right here on the Bearcat Sports Network in the fall.